Hey y'all, I'm back. Okay, I want to talk about something real fast. Um, have you ever had a friend or friends that they wouldn't allow you to vent to them and they always, chastise you if you tried to open up about your problems to them, and they were passive about your problems and they disregarded your feelings and they wouldn't hear you out. And have you had the people? I mean, have you had any friends, so-called friends, who, you listen to all of their problems, you give them great advice, you console them, you make them feel good, you talk to them for hours and hours and hours sometimes. But have you had that same friend when it came time for you to express your pain that you were obviously in? They would tell you, stop complaining. Oh no, you shouldn't complain. Okay. Well, I've had that done to me for years and years and years. People who I really thought had my back or was my friend or would reciprocate the favor, they told me to basically shut up. They told me to suck it up, take it like a pro, take it like a champ, take it like a G, and suck it up and be quiet, okay? But when it was their problems, they would be all in my inbox, sending me long paragraphs that didn't even make any sense. But I would try to actually break it down and figure out what this person was saying. These people were saying sometimes, and I would give them the best advice. I would spend hours talking to them. But when it was my turn, or I was clearly going through things, I was clearly going through things, they were quick to tell me to shut up. I'm complaining too much and all that other stuff. I could have written a short, and this was mainly on like social media, Facebook and stuff like that. Whenever I could write a short sentence, a short sentence back in the day, because it used to be that back in the day I would rarely post on my social medias. Like I would always be on YouTube, but I would never really I wouldn't make videos on YouTube or anything. I would just be a commenter. But when I would go on my Facebook page, when I actually started being on Facebook more actively, much more active than what I had in the past, because I used to go long times, like years without being on my own Facebook page, especially not commenting. But then I started to get more, involved on my timelines, and became friends with more people on my Facebook page. And I became friends with people who they were never really on my side. They weren't on my team. I would listen to them talk, sometimes on the phone, definitely in their inbox. They would come in my inbox and want to talk about their problems, and I would hear them out for hours and hours and hours. And the whole time I was breaking down inside. I was very depressed. I was scared. I was worried. I was stressed out. But I still put time to the side for their problems. But yet, when it was my turn back in the day, when I would actually post, if because I really didn't even post my personal business at all back in the day, and I rarely would post. And when I would post, it would be something like maybe superficial, or it would just be something very short. But one time, the pressure and the stress in my life got so overwhelming that I think I had wrote a sentence or something like that on my timeline, and that same friend who confided in me whenever she wanted to, and she wasn't the only one who came to me and told me, you need to stop complaining. That's too much. You shouldn't complain. Even that short sentence, that first sentence that I had really made to talk about my problems, it was just one sentence, and it was kind of vague too. The same chick that I would sit up there in the email, the instant message with, private message with on Facebook, guess what? She was the number one person telling me to stop complaining. And she wasn't the first. There were other people. And still to this day, I had to take people off of my Facebook page and stop being friends with them, because it was almost as if they were trying to, like, what is it called? Punish me by not liking my post anymore or for a very long time or not commenting. Even if I would like their stuff and comment, it would take a long time, it seemed like, that for them to forgive me if I actually started to discuss my personal life. But when it came down to them and their issues, it was fine. It was they could get their problems off their chest. And to this day, that's why I don't have friends on my Facebook page anymore, because those people really didn't have my back. Nobody has really ever had my back in a friendship way. I've never really had any friends that I could actually call friends. Yeah, I might have had a whole lot of people that I talked to and may have even hung around, but they were never really my friend, let alone a best friend. I had a bunch of snakes. That's why I got rid of those people off of my page, because they were acting like they were, first of all, they were breadcrumbing me support anyway. But then when I wanted to express my problems in my life on my own timeline, they would either try to shut me down about it, or they would put me on punishment or timeout for a certain part of time to punk me into shutting up. And I have my own ideas as to why these people do this too. I can't entirely prove it right now, but I kind of know why they do what they do and why they did what they did. But only time will tell, only time will tell. But I just know that I was really there for my so-called friends back in the day, but I'm not anymore. I don't want to hear them out. I don't even want them on my pages anymore. No. Honestly, I had been going through rough things. The shit that these people would be going through, it was a walk in the park in comparison to my life. I was going through real stress, mentally, emotionally, financially, and yet I still made the time to hear their problems, to read their problems, figure out, a solution for their problems, console them, be there for them like a friend would be. If somebody is your real friend, they're going to listen to you talk. They're going to listen to you. They're not going to tell you to be quiet or tell you that you're complaining, especially if you don't even do it that much. Nobody's going to tell you that if they're your real friend. They're going to listen to you. Maybe every once in a while they might say, "Oh no, I don't, come on, just be happy, be positive acting, just be positive about it, But a fake ass friend, any type of venting about your own life, they'll just shut you down. No real friend is going to sit there and just allow you to suffer and take up all your energy on top of it, figuring out their problems. But when it's your problems that are actually much more deeper and much more severe than theirs, I know I'm probably not making that much sense right now, not completely, but all I'm saying is that a real friend is going to hear you out, period. They're going to want to hear you. They're going to want to hear your side of the story. They're going to want to ease your pain. They're going to want to comfort you. So just know the difference between a friend and a foe, or a friend or an enemy. And I will conclude this video with just saying that I've never had a friend, just all enemies, okay? And by the way, if you like this video, subscribe, hit the like button, share it if you like, hit the notification bell, comment if you like, and I'll see you in another video, my lotus flowers. Peace. I'm out. Bye-bye.